Dear teachers of this planet Earth, how are you doing? Really great? Dear volunteers, parents, grandparents, middle school students, high school students, typing, listening, and getting all this work done. Every single school needs to do their own. Every school with middle and high school needs to type their own. All right, and parents, grandparents, neighbors, everyone gonna help. Go to libraries, get laptops at the clubhouses, right? Every clubhouse and every Skyriser community kitchen floor need to have that. All right, because this is very important for us to be talking about and share different videos of different subjects with the entire class, right? All the students, the school students. All right, dear teachers, thank you so much. And here we are. All right. Okay, so that's me. You see, and my older son, Griffin, my eldest. All right, so here it is. He's much taller than me, right? He's almost 2 meters tall, but anyways, about 180 something. All right, but here we are. He just leaned a little bit so we could be close. Yeah, I took a picture to a job I was applying some time ago, as a pressure cleaning person. Yeah, it was good, very good. So I took this picture. All right, my friends, so here we are. My sons are not helping yet, so please do your prayers, okay? Because if they help, it will be so much easy. It will be really easier. And you too, volunteers of this planet Earth, please help us out. That was Griffin's birthday last week, playing at the beach with Sal, and I took a picture as well. But anyways, we need your help, please, volunteers, family, friends, co-workers, neighbors, everyone, we need your help, okay? You are listening to this video right now, please help us. Choose a department you like and type everything. Talk to school principals, to business owners, right? The government leaders. I have been doing that a lot, I'm telling you. To motivate people to embrace this idea to have families united, communities united, and also a better planet, right? For us to live without landfills, without, all this radiation, trash, from plant-based, those bases that work with atomic bombs and other things as well. So my friends, let's end landfills because that's really important, and let's clear every where with atomic radiation trash. It's really important for us to do that, okay? All right, so here we have a picture. See, that's me there at Salvation Army. Yeah, I volunteer there a lot. It's really from January to March, end of March. I volunteer almost every week with consistency, sometimes even the whole day, many hours, and sometimes just 2 hours because I have this work to do as well. So for you to have an idea, that is their location. The first door here is the freezers, the small freezers are located over there, the dog food. And the second door here, towards the left of the picture, is Mr. Gary Blackmon. He's the director of social service right there. Okay, and here this cabinet with these red things are the bags. So every family get a bag, usually one bag per month, right? So I help them a lot to make different bags. All right, the blue one on the top is also a bag. So it's one bag per family. This is a picture at the beach last week, but I'm sorry I couldn't rotate, so it is there. Griffin and myself. All right? Okay, my friends. So please get motivated. Invite your family, friends, co-workers, everyone you know in the entire planet. Let's help us out. And we're going to tell you soon how you can help and to make those desert villages. All right? So it is right here. Let's have a look. Alright, so this video, we already have many mini videos to add. This number 44, but on the next one, the number 45, I'm going to tell you how you can be in charge. You know, you can contact people, or if you live in a residential community with rich people, or contact one that those millionaires to be in charge of building the whole set for one of those ladders that we make a scale, right, for each one, the map. All right, so you on this video here, you're gonna learn the basics of those, rows of desert hotels. And on the video 45, you're going to see how you can sponsor. Very good. Here it is. Let's get ready and help us out. We really appreciate your cooperation. And just check our videos how to make a donation. Okay, send us an email with your receipt and send using Western Union or Walmart to Walmart. And soon as possible, we are going to offer PayPal and other ways as well. All right, for money transfer that can be sent until end of July. Let's get ready. All right, let's do it then. We see you soon. All right, so what it is, I forgot to say. Those trains, they go until noon, no, until 11 a.m. They go, and then they come back. Get a new team at lunchtime that will go in the afternoon and come back fast. They go slowly and come back faster. They go slowly and come back faster. So this way we have the morning team up to 11 o'clock and the afternoon start at 2 p.m. So they work every other hour and done. They work in a heat 1 hour, they come inside and study an hour. 1 hour, 1 hour, an hour, an hour. All right? And we need a bathroom tent or bathroom inside, I guess inside, because people probably not going to the bathroom too much, but in case we need to have a bathroom for all those 5 hours, right? Instead of going on the land, right? Okay, so we have a proper bathroom, place to wash hands, a mini kitchen for the hydration drinks and basic things like that, some snack, because these people need to eat well because they're gonna lose a lot of what they have to eat a lot, drink a lot, eat fruits, veggies, a lot, right? So they want to lose too much weight, mostly for this first year. That's adjustment time. Okay, so they need meat, they need eggs, they need the best we can, and colorful salads, seeds, nuts. All right, so this is decided. So we have a morning team come back and stay inside the other half of the day, and the afternoon team. Okay, they go, they serve how many villages, the distance, it's reasonable, and they have a pattern for the whole year, the train go, train come back. And every other day they change the train with their neighbor. This train is mini trains, right? Two wagons, it's plenty, right? The bottom is already, one of them is already a locomotive, I believe. Instead of having 3 or 4, I think 2, they have everything they need. The driver, a bathroom, the driver is in the beginning of this first wagon, right? Because they don't need to have these huge locomotives to push 100 wagons. They just need a very simple structure, right? To carry just this water and these people. So they don't need those huge things. They're gonna be sliding slowly as well. They don't need huge speed. A little faster to come back, that's reasonable. They dump out all the water, and in the morning, 6 o'clock maybe, they start filling up, whichever is the most reasonable. But they don't have to go back that fast. They're in a cool area. All of them have air conditioning, right? All of them have air conditioning, and basic is like that, right? Just to turn on the least as possible, because it's important for people to have humidity. You have to remember that, right? And yeah, instead of coming inside and study every hour, go work, come back inside, study. They're gonna be working, at the table. If they was standing up watering the plants for 1 hour, they come inside 1 hour and plant sprouts in trays, repot them, whichever. They're working inside. So this way they will have a whole morning working and the whole afternoon of study. That's the most reasonable. Instead of go 1 hour, come back, 1 hour, come back. That won't work. So it keep the job. Job outside the train, job inside the train. Job outside the train, job inside the train. And even the driver gonna take their turn. 1 hour outside, 1 hour inside, working. But in a cooler place. Okay, and then we can figure out how we can have humidity, because we can't have just AC. No, that's all right, because they're gonna go to their own village, right? So we don't need to have maybe wet towels in those trailers where they work to have humidity. And the plants have a cover. All the plants on the desert where is needed gonna have a cover. Why? Because we need the AC. All right, let's talk about that. I don't want to waste too much paper, but let's say you're gonna be planting those trays. Those trays are in greenhouses with air conditioning. What they need here? They need a cover, a little round or flat, transparent cover. Round if they start to get taller, the plants. Okay, to start, you can do on trays. They can do, 10 centimeters above, come straight, transparent, so you can see what's going on, right? And still come the light. But they are inside these big greenhouses, okay? So we need air conditioning, so they won't burn, right? And we need also so it won't evaporate too much, okay? So, but for the startup, you might need cover, some of them, because if you turn AC on, you get evaporation, okay? Until they sprout and you start, maybe the very beginning, you put the least as possible, yeah, but, and then when they sprout, then it's different. They go into these containers, 10 centimeters containers. You put the sprout here and here and here. You put protection, right? You can put also little slanted cardboard, or I don't know, not plastic, but or mulch. I don't know if I'm gonna have that much mulch, or hay. You put something for this water to don't evaporate from this small 10 centimeter spot, because the AC is on here, right? Maybe 1 or 2 per greenhouses. Not to be too crazy, but to be a little cool and possible to work there, right? And the top, we're gonna see the best needed, because we need light, or we're just gonna have light from about here, side light, and here a thicker tarp, for the roof area. So we can do this, 2 meters here, gonna be the windows, and inside those greenhouses gonna be those tables, folding tables, they receive the light right there. And on the top is much thicker, dark roof, right? Yeah, or white. Yeah, white, because the black gets more heat. So we keep the white thicker, such as synthetic, these tents we already have in the planet. Let's send them to the deserts, show them how to do it. With the time, they get the stands, if they're round like that or if they're like that. What they do? they cover with more fabric. Go all around, because some are like this, right? Some are like that, right? Some tents are like this. And they already have windows, make more if needed, right? They're close the bottom, you know, entirely until the floor. They put bricks, these huge bricks, so the flap needs to come. If they don't have, they sew a flap. So we are sure that if wind comes one day, they're sleeping, didn't see, couldn't pray on time, it's already the flap of the whole fabric of those tents, you know, already have a lot, one brick beside the other. Yeah, let's do around the desert village, this drawing I showed you here, let's already do one brick after another. You know, because in case we don't want to lose those carpets, my friends, this is fortune for us, right? And those tents also, all these things, you know, it's like morning workout. They cost $1 million. You get $1 million just to do stretching. 4 o'clock in the morning, get up, start doing something. Yeah, it cost. You get $1 million for yourself, right? That we're not going to count as peace points. But anyways, you get those tents, make more windows, all to be really good, open, transparent plastic. They're entirely closed. The only real door gonna be placed here is a real door, not a fabric door. You just install. This tent's gonna stay there for 20 years. Okay, so they arrive with a type of material, right? Synthetic thick material. You're gonna use the light of the windows, okay? So that is this side. You're gonna sew if they don't have, because remember, those tents for grass, they have a stick and they put the hook under the ground, right? Every camping tent, wedding tents, usually that's how they do it. Remember, we don't have grass, we don't have soil, right? Okay, we can't do this type. You know, we can do some strong here, very deep in for the structure, but for wind, to avoid wind to come in, you're gonna sew a flap here, you know, and put bricks one beside the other, you know, with dirt in it, and you can even put some low bushes growing down the earth, you know, so you already start having another environment for biodiversity we're gonna need, you know, start getting those plants in the soil. All right, so we already talked about this. The windows you open all around, windows. Here is a proper door, okay? Maybe a half glass, the top glass, so people see who is coming in and out and nobody ever gonna bump anybody, okay? And the half bottom, it can be wood or hard plastic, but not transparent, because people gonna see and never gonna bump their face, you know, in these doors. The other thing, you see those doors that have this line, they don't need that. We're gonna reuse them anywhere it's needed, such as those desert. But you know, the sliding door on my porch, you see there, is all transparent, forbidden. You need to make those shapes, you know, 10 by 20, not whole drawings, and you put four or six. 6 is 3 pairs, no, 4 or 8. So how you gonna do? They're 10 by 20. Remember I told you butterflies, simple things, right? In this case you can even make some flowers. Okay, you're gonna color both sides and put them some inside and some outside. Make sense? All right, so 4 or 8. Right there, this first meter when the door opens, okay? So nobody ever gonna bump into those glasses, all right? Okay, very good. So the other thing, you have to bring, you know, maybe every year enough canvas to cover this entirely as an extra roof, so the bottom would never corrode entirely. Okay, so every year you come and you put one more, because they gonna burn fast, you know, they're gonna burn fast. So we're gonna be ready and put the best material fabric on the top of the one we already have, on the top of the one we already have. The inner structure, let's say a few words, you know, those metal inner structure. Okay, so what we can do to make them stronger? We can paint them, that's one thing. We can reinforce them, you know, making them more sturdy. I don't know how. Or put another bar on the side, make two bars, you know, connect to each other on that same structure they already have. That's another way. Okay, but those 4 or 8, whichever posts each of these tents have, they're big tents, right? Let's use those wedding tents, you know, not those camping tents, but these large camp tents. All right, so you can do this way. The other way, you can, according to your area, see the donations you get, right? You can make them with bamboo structure or wood. You know, you just, the pattern gonna be the same. The top will be like need space, right? Need some space, and or maybe not too tall, sorry. Yeah, smaller roof. Okay, here. If you're gonna make, then you're not using existing ones, because some existing ones, they're like that, right? They are pointy, right? And people have the chairs here. Okay, so if you are using, you just enforce the one you got as a present. If you're making, you just plan ahead what would be, you know, already make all those posts enforced, already make the flap here to put bricks all around, you know, and all the doors go towards the center of the village. We already know that, right? All the doors of the greenhouses, apartments, whichever it is. Okay, all right. And what do you need? You need a folding, not folding, you need tables inside this greenhouse. So let's say a few words about that. How are we gonna make them? You see doors from the whole planet, so we have doors, right? The whole planet have a bunch of flat doors, okay? Let's focus on the flat ones like that and that. This we can use for something else, but right now let's focus on this and that. What you're gonna do? This flat doors, you just make the base, right? That triangle base, and they stay there. You know, you use them. So you make them firm, make them sturdy, right? With a very good base from one triangle. So it's 2 triangles here, 2 triangles here, right? The top has this thick, you know, 20 centimeters. Make them strong because they need to last 20 years. Cover them with transparent plastic. They're gonna last forever. Those doors will last for 20 years. At the end, you're gonna shred them, turn them into mulch with paint, without paint, whichever they are. Nature gonna take care, decompose the rest, but we have to shred them everything before we leave, okay? The bamboos, the wood structure, right? You get less, and then you leave the very smallest tent for the last, and then the real last family gonna be living at these little trains, right? For the last few days. Those 2 trains, the cabin is right here. 2 wagon trains for every 10 villages or so. I think is really reasonable, you know. So those families, okay, and then they finish one entire village, and then they finish another entire village, and you know, bring people to the end of the railroad, right? Okay, or we get once a week, everyone start to leave at the very almost 20 years. People will start to leave. You know, who stay for the very end is those that have older teens. Makes sense, right? They stay to the very last because every day counts in points. But we have to start cleaning up maybe about 4 months before the very end of the year, right? Start cleaning up the villages. All right, so you break down everything, and the walls will be completed with those bricks. I think that's still good idea. You know, this wood and bamboo, some bricks, you know, for the frames of the doors and windows, right? We need those things, right? Windows do not need to be too big, right? Because nobody gonna be inside bedrooms. The cafeteria have a lot of windows and proper windows, okay? We take the windows out, all right, and gonna crumble them appropriately, whichever we say, bring to the city or live at the desert, you know, but we are not leaving whole windows in the ground. We crumble them in small pieces. You know these windows, when you, this type of glass, when you break them, they will come in little chunks, you know, like about half centimeter or so, you know, some type of glass. That's the type of window we need, because no hurricanes, no tornadoes, no storms, nothing. It's just, you know, have to be good for the wind, regular wind, and good they break down in little pieces, you know, because then nature along the millennia is going to take care, break them down. Okay, all right, very good. So we covered that. So those tables inside the greenhouse is going to be what? Doors from close by countries. Keep sending the doors, keep sending the doors. No metal, no metal. Metal you can use at the city, because when they're bad, they can already be recycled. Wooden doors or plywood doors, you know, those that can be crumbled up in 20 years and easily decompose, okay? All right, so all these villages will have these machines, crumble up machines that they can share. They finish one, all right, use the machines for the next. They finish another village, go next, right? At the end, gonna be like that. They diminish, start sending the families, you know, start undoing apartments. And the apartments is 2 floors. I think that's the most reasonable, you know, instead of 4 floors. Um, Maybe some engineers could give us idea for 4 floors. All right, that's okay. So we'll be more compact and not use too much bottom land, right? Let's see what's the most sustainable. I mean, level land, right? The level. Okay, so here going to be tables all around. Remember the pattern we said for the master bedroom, right? So here's the door, whichever it is, right? So you're going to put your tables like this, close to the windows, you see there? And walk in between, every 2 together and walk on a side, you know? So every 2 together and walk on a side, because from this side you can reach the whole table, trays, plants, sprouts, whichever they are, and you walk on those, you see? So every 2 tables, okay. But we can do more than that because they're greenhouses. So you're gonna do 1, 2, and walk on a side, you see? And here's the main walking path. So you have 2 and 2 walking path, right? Okay, and the irrigation, we're gonna use the best as possible. Dripping or watering by hand, you know, because we need people to be doing things and be busy, but we also need to be the most practical as possible. So the water can also come above these tables covered in very thick transparent plastic, you know, and every few years we put another plastic on top of that, right? Transparent plastic, so they will have 2 for sure they're gonna last for many years. All right, so we have teams in charge of these tables. We have, you know, always the same team in charge of the same tables. So they will count their sprouts. Okay, how many they got? 10 centimeters. Okay, put in 10 centimeter spot. Those that got a meter. So they have table area, every team, table area, and they also have what? Floor area, above ground a little bit, right? Because the ground, remember, the ground is too cold at night. We can't have things at the ground level. So you're gonna put some bricks, right? Bricks, and a board, and put your pots here on this board, so they're above ground. Maybe 20 centimeters above ground would be enough. Okay, so you have bricks, regular bricks, and that you can do like a meter from your feet to the, maybe even doors as well. Yeah, you can do doors, and then you do 40 meters tall, because easy to put the pots, come back the pots. Those doors need the transparent plastic. Okay, very good. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, gonna be really good. So doors for these boards and doors for the real tables. So they're not on the floor. The floor, we're also gonna need carpet. Carpet's the best. Nobody sleep. Okay, they're really good. Inside, maybe we can use those grass, turf, plastic turf. Yeah, inside it's okay, right? Why? Because they can shake sometimes. They clean well their feet at the door, right? And then what they do? They clean well their feet at the door, right? And sometimes those pieces, maybe it's 2 by 2 or 4 by 4, need a pattern, okay? And when they get really bad, maybe once a month or every 6 months, they shake them, put them back. They're easy to shake. You just flip them upside down, right? And shake those turf. That is a good place. We can keep turf there. Or carpet. Yeah, I think carpet is also, no, turf. Do you know why? Because these turf things, we have to remember, they keep a little more far away from the ground. The ground gonna be what? Very cold in the early morning and very hot along the day. So if we have this turf grass right here, it's perfect, okay? Inside the greenhouses, maybe even cafeterias, or both, have the carpet and another one on the top, because people are going to be walking, so it's not so uncomfortable, burning or too cold. Make sense? All right, so let's put 2 layers. People walking, remember we talk about this carpet here around the whole village, that the children will water them both and the high school will water them both, and then they keep going, of course. And then the children, after a year or so, 6 months, the children are going to be in charge of these 2 areas, and the high school going to be in charge of the background. See here? Side, back, back, and side. And the kids going to be in charge of side, front, and side. Okay? You see there? But first the kids start here for 6 months entirely, and then high school here. After 6 months they can keep going. So will come more carpet, will come more bricks, and more plantings, and those little stack just for to push the new sprouts towards. That's what we want, right? For them to keep going. All right, very good. Okay, so 2 layers of carpet everywhere. That's another good idea. So we're going to have the first one. As soon as all the deserts have that first one, we already send the 2. Because people are going to have special shoes. That's the only way, right? Yeah, but if you can do 2 carpets, fine. Because then we're not going to keep making carpet. Okay? So if you receive, it's enough for 2 layers, keep the 2 layers. Yeah, sorry, I don't think we have that many. because we're gonna need many desert village. All right, so you do one layer carpet, but everyone needs special shoes. Okay, everyone needs special shoes. Is that good? All right. Okay, I think that's reasonable. And you put those bricks to hold the carpet in place. And if it's needed, you have a blower. Every village will have a blower for this outside area to clean up those paths in case the wind come at night they didn't see. Okay? All right, very good. So that's what we're gonna do. People have special shoes. The other thing is that as soon as possible, right? We're gonna have some, this basic plants here. So let's talk about that. They're gonna start going to the ground. The kids gonna come and sprinkle mulch every week, a little more mulch around those plants, bushes that grow down. Okay, all right. So you start to have here an environment that is perfect for what? For some plants that grow up, which like what? Eureka, we have many bushes, you can trim the top so they won't grow too much, but they will give this 2 meters, area to work with. What you're gonna do with the leaves? Use for compost, right? They dry out, compost, maintain and care. All right? Very good. Okay, so what we do is what we do here is start to have this environment, start to put mulch, a little compost, mulch, right? Those dry leaves, okay, mix. And when after maybe 6 months or so, you can plant 1 meter trees right here, right here in these areas where you work the 6 months. Okay, we need my paper. So here's the village, right? Here's the front door, okay? All right, let's do the front door always open towards east because that's the sunrise, right? Okay, all villages of the whole Desert Villages Hotel, if they already have one, they change. All of them will be open to the east. Everybody we already know, easy, okay? All right. So they open here. So the kids gonna start planting here those gardens, right? As soon as the carpet's there, the basics there, bricks, and the high school goes up to here, okay? Up to the center. All right. The center of the village that will be many meters here, right? Maybe 50, 100, but that's a good pattern to start, up to half. Okay, up to half. All right, so these little bushes gonna start coming down the soil. The kids gonna start dropping mulch, compost to keep an environment there. They're gonna be watered at the brick, so they're good with water, all right? And they're gonna start having this, little area for biodiversity. All right, in 6 months, I believe we can already, yes, we will, let's do it like that. We will plant the best bushes right there. Maybe every meter, 1 meter apart. To give shade so people walk in, walk out. They're gonna be doing more and more, so we're gonna have shade, okay? And here, it is okay. They also do some shade there, some shade here. They're gonna plant those trees, bushes, right, that grow. Palms, Eureka palm. Because no other palms that have a bare trunk, we don't need those palms. Those can go in other locations as supporting plants for biodiversity. But what we really need is thousands, millions, billions of Eureka palm, because it's gonna make shade for people to walk and work. and they can handle heat, they can handle, they're really strong, okay, and they have a lot of leaves, okay, and the others we're gonna plant they're gonna support each other, right? That's fine. So they can put some Eureka palms, they can put some palms, all right? Okay, they can plant coconut. Yes, they can plant coconut palms, but before they leave, they have to take all the coconuts out, and they cannot leave any coconut there to grow by itself. So, but people gonna be careful. They're right there, but there's coconuts. Here we're gonna have coconut. We're gonna have fruit trees, some, right? That is reasonable to plant. They will produce coconut, of course, is one of them. This entire 5 kilometers area, right? Every 5 kilometers there is this village in the middle. Okay, so that's good. And yeah, the railroad track gonna be right here. Yes, no, that is too far to get water. No problem. So the railroad track gonna be here, right between. Everyone will already know. Okay, so here's the railroad track, always straight with rare exceptions. So this village know their limit line, and this village know their limit line. So if they walk straight here, 2 or 3 hours, the same with time, gonna be done this way. So the pattern of these circles, I think I did that before. They gonna follow, and they're gonna start in parts, right? Okay, so those circles are too big, we can't do that. So we're gonna make a circle here for irrigation, another here, another here. I think that is the most sustainable, how it will work eventually. Okay, so here's the main source of water that goes to where? To this center to make those dripping circles going up, keep going, dripping up to 1 meter, and when the plants grow, they elevate the level. That was an idea, right? The other idea is to go with a hose and water each plant individually, right? That's another idea. Or put sprinklers here that will do come back. You see, they do in triangle, come back, come back, come back, and everyone gonna have their own, because we don't, it's too much to do one for the whole thing, right? Or we have the center that gonna do on their own. Okay, so yeah, let's see how it goes. Or we have many different types. You as a school make a proposal for your for the different biomes, what you believe would be the best with all this, because the railroad patch is decided, right? The railroad patch is just a few meters, so we won't count, it can be part of the 5. But what I'm saying is, people are doing, so they're here, right? Here's the front. They are doing the closest first, right? They're doing the closest first, right? So it will be this, 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 and that. Make sense? All right. So this is the closest of the front door, right? So they already have their 4 wells, and they have their inner well here, well made, organized, really good, right? Okay, so they're gonna start, but on the future, they already know how many hours they walk straight to the railroad track and how many hours they walk here. That is the end of their line. What's gonna be here? A straight line of palms and eurekas, because people, when they're gonna inspect, they're gonna see. So we need an irrigation here, constant irrigation. pipe, I believe, right? Pipe that comes from those, right? And keep them wet all the time, dripping, because this is very important. We know a limit from one to another. So railroad, a strong path, and then what? Another village. We start a new set. Okay, so another village, the train, and 5 kilometers again. 5 kilometers land, 5 kilometers land, right? Square, 5 kilometers square land. 5 kilometers, square land. Okay, so that's the pattern. Land, train, land, finished. Land, train, land, finish. Because we are not going to have too many trains, right? Then it's too much. People take care, right? The train is at the center, so it's good for everybody. And then here is the very thick end of land. So, okay? And they're going to be right across each other. And then on the side going to be the same. A little space, some meters, and then again, 2 meters, 4 meters. Okay, so here comes another one, exactly like that. 5 kilometers, 5 square kilometers land, 5 square kilometers land. I'm sorry, I don't even remember we put the square here. I studied this long time ago. Okay, anyways, that's how it's gonna be. And what is here? The real division, all right? So this set, it's some people in charge of inspecting them. This other set is other people. Okay, so they come on a train, they inspect that, inspect this, so they can do that. Catch up the train, or while they're inspecting, they come back, at noon. We need people inspecting everything, inspecting themselves and some inspecting others, okay? So we're gonna have all these organized because we need to, we can't just leave people alone there. We have to see they're treating well each other, they're doing good, polite, respectful, have enough food, planting. So it's check up lists on their cell phone and also in paper with some notes. So if something happened on the cell phone, we always have the notes. So the wife do one, the husband do one, they take turns and inspect all the items being asked. The cell phone just need battery, and then as soon as they get to internet, they will download the information. All this village will have their own internet connected to satellite. They just need antennas, that's all. We don't need all these things that people talk about, because who got the first internet, the first place? They just need proper antennas and electricity, right? And satellites, that's it. Okay, so here, so this is the area here. Let's do in red. So here is the land limit. It's gonna be really one plant beside each other, so we know it's a wall. It's then people inspecting with time, they're gonna see, oh, that's the end of your property. These people are gonna be walking, right? Those inspectors, but it's okay because they're gonna be adjusted with time. Everyone gonna start planting. What is the closest? 6 months is just here and here. It's the closest to their door, so they can get adjusted to the weather with time. Adjusted, because nobody can lose too much weight, nobody can be dehydrated, but everyone's gonna be well because They work a little bit, come inside. Work a little bit, come inside, right? We're gonna have AC and air conditioning. Air conditioner heater for the night. So everyone's gonna be good. And we're gonna send the best as possible. Seeds, nuts, right? Grains. They have to eat, and well, 4 meals a day with eggs. They're gonna have chickens, so we need to keep those chickens also with temperature at night. They need temperature heaters at night. They go a little bit out, they come back. We're gonna put vitamin D on their food because they can't stay out too much until we have some bushes inside this village, right? And an area where they're gonna be free, right? An area for them to be, okay? All right? But for the adjustment time, maybe we just start sending meat first, for the first 6 months. I don't believe we can have chickens there trapped inside. Make no sense, right? Okay, so the first 6 months is meat. Red meat, fish, chicken, or sun meat or dry meat, a lot as possible, meat only. After that, and then I think they are ready to receive the first chickens. Okay, so here's the limit. So we have what? Land. All right, so here's land, one beside the other, 5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, keep going, 5 kilometers, 5 kilometers, all beside each other. Just 2 meters. Let's do 2 meters here. No, they're gonna be right beside each other. On the future, they're gonna have a stack there. Yeah, no 2 meters. Forget that, improvement. So they will have a big stack, a big flag right there, but not right now because it's too far. People are not even there yet, okay? But on the future, we're gonna have, a stack here, a stack there. So here is the limit line, okay? So the train is in the middle. They help villages on both sides, okay? Train is in the middle, here. Train is in the middle and they help villages on both sides, okay? All right? So, and here's the very limit land that's gonna be 1 tree beside each other. Every 2 meters, Eureka, it's one of them. So, will be like something similar to Eureka and palm tree, not coconut. Eureka, palm, for them to already stay there. So you can start with 4 meters, right, beside each right now, and then with the time you're gonna fill up the holes, all right? And different types, of course, right? But to make a very strong barrier, because that is what we need everywhere. So we're gonna make a strong barrier here with the train that's gonna be helping both of this land of this first few meters to avoid the wind, because that's the worst things. And to start having biodiversity. So you can start with 4 meters and then you're gonna fill up every 2 meters. So you're gonna make a plan and search up what type of plants can be planted on each biome of your own continent. It's mandatory for all teachers to teach everyone, even preschool kids, 4 years old and up, yes, even 2 years old, they can start putting the seeds, learning names gently. Not for testing, no, it's gentle. Look, this is going to the desert here in Africa. This is going to the desert here in Asia. You see, you start talking to them. Oh, this desert, takes about this or that amount of hours by airplane. Is really quick. You can get there in 1 hour or 2. You're going to start saying very simple things, even for 2 years old. Oh, we are helping the planet. That's a real gift, right? So you have to start talking to your students, to your children, your teens, but this way I just said, for 2 years old, 4 years old, oh, look, come, let's go. Today we're going to plant 10. Oh, today we're going to plant 40, and give them the bigger seeds. preschool, kindergarten, bigger seeds. As they grow older, the smallest seeds. Make sense? Okay, so the little ones, it's easy for them to manipulate because they don't have too much um, capacities at this time. All right. Yeah, that not the better word, but anyways, okay. All right, so that's how it is. So the train tracks. Let me color here is green. Let me see if I find my green. Here it is. All right, so train tracks gonna help us 8 meters, 4 meters from each side. So train tracks, and here it's the villagers in charge of doing this red. Here, train tracks, you see? And here the own village is in charge of doing. The type of irrigation here can be pipes, dripping pipes. Instead of dripping hoses, is more because they're gonna last more years, okay? And every plastic that becomes deteriorated, right, during these 20 years, they just need to be crumbled up, put in a location they find and get that going. Okay, now the other thing, it's for plastic mulch. Have you heard about that? They don't decompose. They don't decompose for centuries or decades. All right, so I believe after that we have this environment going with those bushes, right? You need bushes to keep humidity. You start having this environment here and there, right? What you do? I believe we can bring rubber mulch to this area. So they're not close to rivers. They're never gonna end at the oceans. So if that's your case for your type of village, that is really sustainable. Why? Because mulch in the desert, my friends, they're gonna go down, break down very quick. The hardwood ones is not good because they take too long to break down and we need too much water. So we need soft wood now for the 6 semesters, best as possible, soft wood for them to start breaking down as soon as possible. And a lot of dry leaves, right, to mix with this mulch and already make this composition. All right, but for sure we can put here, soft wood mulch and rubber mulch. We already have them, and nature gonna break them down. They're small pieces of plastic, so that's fine. In a century or so, they're all broken down. That's fine. Nobody gonna live there. As soon as they're not close to ocean, right? So let's say they're not by the ocean, the ocean gonna live, right? We're already gonna organize to make proper housing at those oceans line, okay? Maybe 40 kilometers, that's our real line on the future, right? Right now it's 200 kilometers just for people to leave the center of the continent. On the future, we're gonna see maybe 40 or maybe even 10 kilometers from the beach line. We're gonna calculate. We need great after we register all the families, gonna take a long time. We need great mathematicians to make the math and count the land of all the continents we can live, the beach area. And I believe maybe 10 kilometers from the beach, not even 40, 10 or 20. 10 or 20 kilometers from the beach. That's after, the real future. That's our future. But right now, let's keep this 200 kilometers. And then people living on this 40, this very 40 lines here, what we're gonna do? All right, we're gonna start building on counties that are empty first, right? So land that's empty, we're gonna start already building those hotels properly straight to that border, right? Okay, so let's say the land's a little bit like that. So the first street, yeah, we go like this. Yes, the first street have a movement, but the houses gonna be strong, straight, you know, make sense? Yeah, because we don't want a house here looking this way and then a house here. We're not following this. We're gonna do it here, a little more in and some a little more out, some in, some out, to have movement, right? In a permaculture way, in a sustainable way. That's the way, okay? But yes, roads gonna move a little bit with the land, all right? Makes sense? The land go this way, right? But then the real buildings gonna have proper roads, as we did before, you know, with proper names of flowers or pollinators, fruits, veggies, everything already said in another video. I think maybe 4 or 5 days ago I posted that video. Okay, so you understand then? It's always a railroad track and villages all beside each other. And here they need to make a special path to the railroad tracks, you know, with carpet as well, right? But I still believe the best for the future is to build something right at the center, so they already know exactly how much, if they walk this way or jog, right, the same amount of time should be that line, so they know where that line is, okay? And in the future, you know, as soon as possible, they will have big 2 meters cement posts, 10 by 10, 20, 10 by 10, 10 by 10 cement posts, no, wooden, everything be most sustainable as possible to break down along the centuries. Okay, 20 by 20 pillars, you know, 2 meters high is plenty, with a big flag here, all right, with a big flag there. And they're gonna be the color, let's do towards the front, you know, remember that every village have a color and numbers, okay? So if this is all red, this flag is red, the one towards the front of the east door, it's red. If this county, it's all covered in green flags on the top of the cement. Remember, they have flags on the top. If this is green, both flags going this way, both posts have flags green. Make sense? So we know this way is a pattern everyone knows. And then we're going to repeat every 5 or every 10, every 10. And then when it's too faded, they put another one. These flags gonna be pieces of synthetic fabric. They last longer than cotton, okay? And big, 1 meter by 2, okay? Comes the wind, they know what they're doing. Or just flags that don't need the wind. You know those flags that goes down? You put the post and hang them like a clothesline, you know, you hang the flag going down, all right, for videos, and as soon as possible, so 6 months or so, we have all the corners, right, with flags, but their entire property, you know, gonna have, where is needed on those circles, red, because they are the red, and this thing here, their entire property, where is needed on those circles, they are watering, right? Because this is very sustainable to start with. Very sustainable. You know, they circle, walk, and some the machines do themselves. But anyways, this entire property have green flags on the locations. We're gonna ask, you understand? So we know, and people cannot walk to others, they already know. You know, they can only talk by, you know, on special days, maybe 4 times a year, you know, families that sign up can go to a special lunch and come back, you know. Maybe 20 families can go for a special lunch and games, come back. So like we have our counties, they can have counties. Will be like counties, 5 kilometers, square kilometers, small counties. So I think about 20 families. Let's do that. Let's already decide. 20 families, they will exchange with each other, you know. So one time they exchange towards this side, the other time they exchange towards that side. No, one count is plenty. They always exchange to each other. When? During 20 special events. You know, the festival. The school festival is inside their own, right? And then they have the neighbor festival. Yeah, that's good, right? So 20 families go in one, 20 on the other. So along the year, people are gonna have those special moments, right? Okay? And this train can have fun rides on Sundays, right? Some families go the way with the kids, looking, singing, you know, and they can play acoustic guitar or something, right? Have fun. Have a ride. Everyone can sit, put their legs outside, right? Here, you know, open the wagons, the side of the wagons. They're gonna be sitting, their moms, dads, they can record some patches, see how it goes. All right, very good. We're doing really great. Now, I don't think we need to create any oasis, anything like that. We're gonna focus on their own county this way. Start with the closest of the door, you know, the closest of their front door. You know, in the future, gonna be like that. So they start with this and this. Makes sense, right? Because they're starting, they are learning how to do the irrigation, they have the instructions, they have the books, they have the videos, but the video is going to be saved in DVD in case, right? It's easier for internet access, so they have repeat. As soon as the videos are ready for each biome, they know exactly what to do. And the main structure going to be for everyone the same. The biome for details, right? For details such as type of plants, how to do it, temperature, and this and that. They're going to have a book and follow the instructions. What's the temperature for this, that, and plant? We're going to have different greenhouses. All right, so you're going to start outside the village that is made with 2-meter cement boards. They're just gonna slide the boards right there, right? And here's everything: the apartments, cafeteria, different greenhouses, basketball court, and all these things, right? Okay, all right. So they have this pattern, right? Here, this is better made. It's bigger. I didn't do so well in here. All right, yeah, but here gonna be like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 circles by the border. They're bigger. I made this too small, okay? So they're more like this. Okay. After they start here, and then, you know, I guess they do one more, because here's the path until the train. You see? They do here. That's second. You see the difference? So second in red. Okay? The second circle. So they start already, you know, and here's this carpet, you know, so they have carpet. I exaggerate, of course, but here they have carpet all around, and they have carpet here. That's the priority of all. And of course, to this first location here, and to this first location here. Okay, the first location is in green. First locations, the first circles. So that's where they need carpet. After that, we see how much carpet we can give to other people or make more, you know, because right now we have petroleum. We can make how much plastic or carpet we want, right? In a perfect thickness, because the best would be thick but not fluffy to keep sand trapped. Okay, so let's make more carpet. That's fine. We have machines. We have petrol in all continents, right? Let's get going. That's fine. Okay, so here is the path they're gonna use a lot, right? People gonna be working on those trains. So here's the path. They keep the train right there in front of this path. Okay, they keep the train at night. They have cameras here, you know, they have cameras at the train, everything with solar panel, electricity they capture during the day. They have cameras on all sides of their two wagons, irrigation, right? On the top, water, you know, because they have this top tanks on the, here the bottom. It's a table for them to sit and plant, you know, table with water, bathroom, right? The bottom part. The top is the real water containers, all right? That we already have to plan which material we're gonna make them out of to be easy to recycle afterwards, right? So probably it's not plastic. And the heat in the plastic is not good. So we need metal, and then we just recycle the metal before the end of the 20 years, right? Okay? All right, very good. So, okay, so this is clear. They're gonna start planting. Remember this map I made here? The children gonna start right the front, and the teens gonna start the sides, right? Okay, and every day they're gonna water, Monday to Saturday. Saturday they can do their parents. Monday to Friday they're gonna do their teachers. All right. So they start planting here, this side I just showed, and also this path, this carpet path, right? And the sun is this way, so they're gonna plant those plants all here this side as soon as possible, so they can have shade to go, shade to come back, shade of the carpet so they don't get their feet burned, right? Okay, and then that's already doing good, you know, while the other places more or less the most important side, and then they plant the other side, but not now. Right now, keep the one you need shade, you know, is this side, because every door gonna be open to the east. All right, so let's see what else we have to cover. So we already covered the land color. Okay, if this is red, this is not red. Let me think. Yeah, it's okay. Red with red, yes. So everything here gonna have red flags, you know, and every green and green. And then comes the clear green, and then, for example, yellow, and then dark and dark, or all clear and then all dark. So we have a pattern of 10. Every 10 they change, so that's fine. Red, red, green, green. So all of them, yes, the whole Sahara. So, yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna already do a pattern. So all this, it's one color. All these communities another color, because they have this barrier and they have the train, so they know which one is which. So the order gonna be like that. I'm gonna make it and I let you know in a minute. See you soon. All right, my friends, now comes the 1 minute review. So the headquarters gonna work 10 years, different locations. They're gonna really work for 10 years. The following 10 years, they're gonna work less hours, more supervising everybody everywhere, going in person, checking the cameras of security guards of everywhere, you know, or those that supervise other city offices and everything. All right, so we can have little flags, that's fine, okay, but only this way. If it's a triangle pointing down, that's okay. If it's a square or just rectangles hanging long, right, so the wind can come a little bit, different colors, you know, so they can be blended or separately, you know, that's okay. If they have this shape but not pointy, it's like this, you see, like a bridge, then it's okay to put yes. But they need, if they're pointy, is no. But if they are straight here a little bit, that's okay. It's like a support, a bridge support. All right, those are the little flags. All right, we can hang around. Okay, they can blend. That's all right too. Can blend like that. Blend colors. All right, and they can be a little longer here. That's okay. Than the major ones. All right. Triangle going up. No, we are not having a string here with this part glued to the string. That is no. This going up. Yeah, we can do that. Right. Pointy. Pointy or like a bridge up. No, yeah, the string would come here. Yeah, they can do that. When they bend the tip, it's already gonna turn into a bridge. We're not really pointy, right? So they're gonna glue those parts at the string. And this, they're gonna glue this part at the string. So this is a yes, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And those long, you can put anywhere you want. You can put here, right? In another color, matching color. Very colorful. We need very colorful now that we have machines can do it, because in the future, we might not have very strong colors, right? Because it's gonna take many years for us to dye, make some color, dye the cotton, make the cotton, right? Okay, so let's use now those bright colors. Everything gonna be in pattern, including for desert villages and people live in houses. We are going to have some of that. We put for the festival day, and then it stays until the next festival. You know, I stay for 2 festivals. The following festival, so here's 1 festival, 2nd festival of the year, right? All right, and then here's the 3rd and the 4th. All right, so you make new ones, you put a day before the festival, day before. All right, it stays here. But on this, you're also gonna make new one for another location. And this, another one for another location. And another one for another location. The following year, you take this out and make a new one. Makes sense? So they can stay a whole year. You know, inside, you know, those are inside. If they're paper, they can be inside, right? If they're outside, they're synthetic. You know, so they can make a 5th one, or no, or keep for 2 years. Yeah, we can keep them for 2 years, right? No. No, inside it's a new one. You fold them and put away. No, at the cafeteria, gonna change every season. And you keep repeating over and over, use the same. Inside the Sky Riser community kitchens, right? The cafeterias, you're gonna have 4 sets. 4 sets. Repeat them over and over. Alright, so you're gonna start with the simple shape that you choose, and then the next year you add those. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. Alright, so yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Or the next season for the inside the cafeteria. So you have the number 1, the thing by itself. Here's the line, right? So you have this shape, right? Let's call it bridge. Okay, so this, let's call it crown. Look a little bit like a crown, right? A crown, and this called bridge. Bridge, base, bridge, pillars, okay? All right, so you have that, and then on the next season, you add what is different. No, always a day before the festival, okay? And people put all those things like that. Okay, so you made an addition, right? to be different. And then, so 1 complement 2. The third is a new one, complemented 4. All right, those that are made in paper, no, we're not going to make anything in paper. Let's already make them in cotton. You bring them outside. So 1, you make the additions 2, bring them outside. Start new. The third is new, make the addition, put them outside. Okay? And then the next year, you just repeat, but keep inside. Don't bring outside, because outside already gonna have many. Where are you gonna bring? To a greenhouse, playground, okay? So places that are hotter need those thicker, the synthetic, and very bright colors. All right, very good. Let's get going. Here's our flags. Words, previous organizations, right, of different types, and also some countries, right, they try to dominate people from other countries, right? That's what they do. They try to go into each other and see who is the strongest and put sensors to detect where they are, what they're doing, what they're planning, right? So, and many others. Okay, all right. Organization of different types. Okay, what they use? They use pins on teeth, right? On teeth implants. They put the pins inside. People don't even know, because I have two myself. Don't even know who put those pins in my tooth. You believe that? Yeah, crazy, right? Probably it's two different ones. Don't even know who. They use ear mini microphones. Speakers. Right? They talk to the people all using these in-ear mini speakers. All right? And that are connected to people's cell phone or people electronics they have in the house. Okay. So they put chips, connected to satellites, right? In electronics, electric items, even on kitchen places, right? Refrigerator, toaster, coffee makers, all these things. Yeah, they do. Stove, ovens. They put on dogs' ears the same way, cat ears. And you know what they do? To track where the person is, they use these teeth pins or pins at their legs, arms, People, they make in purpose people to feel a lot of pain, look for doctor, they believe they're sick, but they're not, just to put pins. But our work of the Peace and Love Organization is different. That's we, right? The whole planet in a few months, right? Okay, we, people from the Peace and Love Organization, we are honest. People that had big problems before, they need to have an anklet, irremovable anklet. They need to have that for 10 years. They take them out only when they go to be incinerated. When they really die, if they're old, okay? Because we need to have track of people, what they're doing, how they're doing. So there are two types of people gonna have them. The very unhealthy. Why? Make sure their family won't treat that bad, make sure that they didn't disappear, make sure they're doing their workout and eating healthy and everything, and also to make sure where they're located, right? Because some people, they are not in wheelchairs, but they walk around, they have dementia, so we're gonna do the best we can with all the classes, different teachers helping each other, right? Okay, so they're gonna be taking turns, to help those elders or sick people that can be at any age. If they have condition for healing, we're not keeping anyone that it's really not mentally good or their body really would never work again. Some people have severe problems. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those that, we believe with faith and science make that person better to walk by itself. You know, we need that. The person needs to walk by themselves, okay, to be independent from wheelchairs, all right? Okay, they can even use canes and or crutches, right? Or no, not crutches, canes or walkers. That's all right, you know, for longer time, because we have many old people, 80, 90, right? Okay, that it's all right. We can use for some years. But we have to track the unhealthy of any type, mentally or physically, for all these reasons I just told you. And we have to track everyone from jail or not in jail that did very bad things, you know, for us to make sure what? That they still were they sign up to be, or where they were invited to be. They're still with their families. They didn't disappear to go live some other place, right? They are working. They are attending school classes. They are healthy, and we know where they are. The same exact way. They're connected to satellite. Any people checking them out gonna see exactly where they are. They go online, they click, they see. You know, they have the view of their entire community and surrounding. They know exactly where they are because this all connected satellite we have is a chip at the anklet. This is honest. I'm being honest. We're not doing hidden things like other organizations in the past, because that's no dignity. No dignity. People don't even know. Some people are trapped for years, decades. They don't even know. Like me. I got teeth, my ears, my implants. The first one many years ago, and the second one I think was about 5, 6 years ago. Don't even know who monitors me, but I know I monitor, like many other people on the planet, I guess, right? So we have to do things right and properly. Also, jail and not jail, people that did bad things, right? But also come here the set of people that knows a lot of electric, electronic, internet and computers. This type of people also gonna be monitored every single day, where they are, how they are, they're doing well, they're not doing anything bad. Why? Because some people, they know how to make antennas to get internet. They know how to make radio stations in low waves. They know a lot. So internet people can redo any computer they want. So we have to check. So this is another group of people, okay, that we are going to monitor them every day. All right? Okay, so here it is. And who gonna be in all um, uh, um, communities of all types? We're gonna have regular families, we're gonna have younger families, families with older people, families with everything. You know, in a few years, gonna have children everywhere, even on deserts, right? In 2 years, 2 years. Pregnant woman in the desert, 1-year-old, babies, infants, that's fine, because the basic we already established, you know, and from there everyone can go on an entire planet. So this is important for us to understand, okay? Why we are putting irremovable for their entire lives until they're dead. Doesn't matter, they're 90, 100, 100 no, because in the future they have to die by 90. It's electric chair. If they don't die, do string, not electric chair. In the future we don't need electric chair. With the age I told you, right? Because we don't need, right now it's okay. For example, people that are 90, they can live this 5 or 10 years if they're healthy. That's fine for this first 10 years, but not for the second set. We're already gonna be established. Is 90 the due time. They can stay their last birth with their family is 88. For people to start renewing and born again instead of being so old on their bodies, right? That's pretty reasonable, okay? So 88 is the last birthday, and before 89, so the families have a whole year. Before 89 years old, they have to be gone, or someone gonna do a string a day before. Okay, all right. So they are not turning 89 years old because of numbers, you know. So 88 seems pretty reasonable, right? The symbols are planet, you know, and our humanity together, right? Both numbers of 8, the Lang scale, right? Okay, so this is why everyone gonna have irremovable anklets. So you won't disturb them working, won't disturb them taking shower, eating, going to the pool, the beach, doesn't matter. Because you're gonna have them everywhere. By the beach, you're gonna have them in jail, right? All these people here. All right. Now, who is the people that you don't know that they are checking others, right? So they are here. You know, probably some of them are the department directors and probably some are not. What they do, they know how to jump or flip, you know, to help someone. So people gonna be blended. Every community gonna have, they're gonna be helpers, right? Helpers. So, and some of them just with attention. They're ready to do something if somebody gonna hurt somebody, right? Or if a car coming, or whichever it is, their own father, their own mother, everyone gonna be trained to what? To be guardians. First the family and each other, you know, to quickly do something, right, if that's needed, okay? So here it is, those special helpers. Why those special? Because they already work in that area, right? They already work in that area. And everyone doing anything wrong, like people that if somebody do martial arts, some are bad, they even can kill a person, right? Everyone doing something wrong, they're gonna be killed at 10 years of the organization or before the 10th anniversary of the organization. Okay, so when it's really everything beautiful, you know, because nobody gonna die right now. We need everyone as possible, because even people in wheelchair, they can work, you know, as soon as they can. Adults can make love, you know, because it's part of being healthy, you need to make love, you know. So even that they are in wheelchairs, they're going to live on the bottom floors to go quicker, right? But they have to help. They're going to start losing points if past the wheelchair time, right? But they can live now, let's say 4 years, right? So just to start the basic, be connected, and I think that's what we do. So if the person have a good mind, right, a good brain, memory, right, it's okay to be in a wheelchair, right, 4 years. I think that's reasonable. So they know about the program, right? They can settle down. They have no idea. They will have an idea which park they're gonna wait for this pregnant person, or they have 4 years of chances to right away. Some on the day of the person is born, they are killed right here. You know, they are killed. The string right here. And the family prays strong, prays strong. This spirit being killed right here that cannot walk anymore, for example, gonna born right here on this baby. We can do that. Okay, yes, we can do. We just have to need both families to be right there strong here and here, you know, to make that spirit to born here. Don't let other spirits come. Yes, family can do that. Easily they can do that. So they have 4 years of opportunity with someone, children, grandchildren, their own family, or close by neighbors. And they have 4 years to captivate friends in case their family gonna take longer to have a baby, right? Their own family and their own siblings to have a baby, so they can have time to captivate friends, neighbors, to find this family, to make a plan and make this happen, okay? All right, and we are not going to insist. People that don't want to live on the planet Earth, You're not going to assist, because for sure going to be many other spirits that just going to start born. But this place going to be beautiful. It's better than, being in space, without feeling, without, or don't know who they are. So the best is really to be here, planet Earth. All right? Okay, here it is, more update for us. Oh, let's finish here. So I already talked about tent, greenhouses, how we can do the carpet, the doors as table, work tables, workbenches, okay? How we gonna transfer small pots to bigger pots, how we gonna plant all this, the bricks holding the carpet, right? I already talked about this. So here in the center in green is the railroad track, you see, the railroad tracks. And here's the railroad tracks. So we have the railroad track help both of these communities. And now the railroad track have both side communities all along all the way, okay? All right, and yeah, and we have a pattern that I'm gonna tell you. So the thing's gonna be going like this, right? So up to 10 will be 10 different colors that I have to tell you, right? So clear, clear, clear to 5, and then repeat the same colors but very dark. I think that will work, right? Or with a line in the middle. Let's see. I'm gonna write it here and I'll show you soon. All right, so towards the train you have red carpet. If it's this a red community, you have blue and blue, you see, towards the train, because that's their source of food, where they're gonna pass water in those lanes, right? Okay, so towards the nobody here, and then we do it again, you see. All right, every 5 kilometers, because that's easy to calculate the whole thing. And no space in between, as I said before. They're right glued to each other. Okay, so the whole lane, this lane gonna be red, this whole lane gonna be blue, So I'm gonna make here and we'll let you know. But the carpet, if it's a red community, they have flags inside is red, and all their carpets red. If they're blue, they have this connection to the railroad track, right? And they're inside all the blue. If it's blue is blue, red is red, orange is orange. You understand? All the carpets and the flags. So for any camera check, we know what it is. Okay? Very good. Here it is. Alright, so I got the colors. The first thing, all the flags gonna have a number, very big written, and they will be long in synthetic thick fabric. So here is the post to hold them, 2 meters tall, so they have to be a little higher than 2 meters, right? So the flag will be 2 meters, but 40 meters from the ground, 40 centimeters from the ground. Okay, so we can, if they have plants or anything, 50, let's do 50 because plants gonna start growing. 50 meters from the ground. Then here's the base is 2 meters long, and here is where they roll it. Every few years we have to change these flags. We're gonna already have an estimate, make them, and on that chosen year we change them all. So we have bright colors again because they're gonna start fading up. So we need synthetic fabric, and all of them painted really strong. The other update is royal. We're not using royal for colors. We're just gonna use bright for strong, right? And clear for clear. Because colors are not really royal. Royal is this practice that all families of the planet Earth will be doing. We are doing together. Right? This first 2 years clean up, and then complete everything in a center of conscience in 4 years, and keep planting. Everything we're gonna do, this is a royal work with dignity. But the colors, they're special. They belong to nature, to God. Okay, let's honor them. But the right word we're going to use is bright and clear. Because they're always special. The clear is special. The bright is special. But we're not going to use the word royal. All right. So you have these flags at all this surrounding here. And I think one right here. You know, the train pass, no, closer to the train. Some in between, I guess. They have their flag right here, between, yeah. The limit, you know, of their walls is here. So here's the railroad track. So the people, the cameras that will be attached at these trailers will automatically be recording where they're passing. Okay, so they have a color and also they have a number. I'm gonna tell you in a minute, all right? And the color gonna repeat every 10 villages of that line. So let's say here is the Sahara, right? So we have this line, this line, this line, okay, for you to have an idea, and this, all right? Okay, just for you to have an idea. Of course, I'm exaggerating. Here it's already planted. This is the Sahel. What we're gonna do? Let's imagine one more here. Okay, so the colors go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Repeat 10, right? So they keep repeating until they get to this location, right? So we have the numbers, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever it is, until they get this barrier. And the other way around too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see? So here will be what? Maybe 100, 200, 400, whichever the desert is. And here start all over again. So we are really sure, you know, and we won't have connection to this train. We won't have connection. Their base always gonna be by the beach. People inspecting them by the beach of their own. For the Sahara, we're gonna make a division, and for China desert, we're gonna divide in 4 or 2 going towards the equator. Yeah, let's do China, because we're gonna evacuate, right? We're gonna plant, but evacuate the cities most as possible. So their base gonna be towards the equator, the cities that already exist right here at the border of those deserts. Okay, that's how gonna be for the, and the other ones, the Australia, we also is really reasonable to divide like that on 6 parts towards the equator, right? Okay, let's talk about this first, complete this. All right, so let's say 200, 300, 400 villages, right? Gonna be like communities, residential communities, right? So, but we're gonna call village because, you know, they take care of the surrounding area. All right, okay, and then start the number again. And they don't connect to each other. They don't visit each other. They don't go. They're far from each other, maybe what, 5 or 10 kilometers, you know, from each other, because they need to focus on their base. Their base is here. New food come, all right, they distribute to themselves, you know. New plants come, all right, you have the supporting teams right there where they have to inspect, they have to help, they have to inspect and help, you see? Okay, all right. And a few villages gonna be inspecting them too. We don't have people from other continents. No, right there. You know, all these villages here gonna be working and inspecting others, inspecting themselves, make sure. More fish came. All right, let's share everything. More plant came. Let's share everything. More logs came. Let's share everything. Okay, everything shared really properly. So for the Sahara Desert, this is the pattern and is decided. All right, okay. Now let's complete this for the flag. So here, we are not using the word royal. We are using the word bright. So the number 1, bright yellow. 2, orange. 3, red. 4, brown. 5, blue. 6, clear blue. 7, royal blue. 8, clear purple. 9, royal pink, bright pink, right? Here's bright, 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 and the 10th is white. But they're gonna have their number, you know, from 1 to 10, you know, their village number, and also the number for the entire desert, right? Entire desert would be too much. Their entire line, yeah. Okay, so that's what it is. According to the letters, remember, we start here the Sahel. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We keep going this way. That will work. So here on the bottom, because the bottom zone, you know, we can't cover. It's forbidden to have any plants in front of this flag. It's here, right? Between both of them. Remember I said gonna be here really straight towards the train. The train gonna have cameras going, coming back. All the villages gonna have cameras towards outside, towards inside, and also record when the train will be passing, right? Okay. We don't want also these too close. We're gonna be right on the middle so people will quickly get used to that's easy to reach those locations, right? Instead of having too close, help them here, but then have a lot of plans too far away to check, okay? And this way, soon people are gonna be checking, gonna be different groups, because they're gonna be able to be working more hours, gonna have shade, right? Be adjusted to the weather after a year or so, you know, so they're gonna keep going. So in the future, we're gonna have teams working, right? So maybe 1 week here, and then 1 week each for details, you know, and then keep going, right? Redo it over and over, right? And they're gonna compare results of their monthly meetings. Okay, so this is covered. The color is covered, all right? No green of any type, because for sure we want everything green, right? Okay, so let's go from there. We'll see you soon. Oh, the other thing I didn't tell you, so here, this every 5 kilometers we have a new village. They touch each other, right? Okay, but then you make a break. I didn't make a break here. Instead of keep going, right? We can make a break of 5 kilometers. No break. Let's keep them like that, close to each other. I think that's the most sustainable, because if we make holes, you know, it's better for the whole entire 5 square kilometer land to be properly covered. That's the way we said, okay? Instead of having holes, patches, right? We're gonna cover everything. We already know we have bamboo, we have wood. You know, with time, people coming after, we're gonna be very sustainable, you know, already some shade, and we go from there. Very good, right? So here, it's like that. So the Sahara, I'm sorry, I have to repeat everything. It was not recording. So we start right here in the Sahel. I'm going to tell you the name of the city just to check. I think I said the name of the city before we're going to start with. The first city going to start with the row A, row B, row C. When they have to repeat, right, the whole alphabet, we put X, we put Y, we put everything, right, to be better. And then they put A2, B2, C2, D2, but they stop right here, the center. Okay, right here we stop entirely and start again. A, B, C, D. All right, when it's need, for sure gonna need, right? And then what you do, you just put A2 east, B2 east. You understand? See, east of the Sahara. You understand? Okay, so here, if it's nothing, you already know that is west. Okay, west. Or we can put the W here for everyone already, right? I've already put the W, west, west, west. And then, yeah, all of them. West, all of them. West, 1, west, you know, west, A, West A, West B, West C, and keep going. All right, and then they have their number, and then their county number, that will be the long number, and then they start everything again. So all of them gonna say west or east. For Asia, we're gonna start this way. So this first alphabet here, it's west, right? This last alphabet here gonna be east. Where gonna be the division? They also have a division right here in the middle, okay? I'm sorry, I can't talk too loud right now. Okay, so here's the division, and start all over again. You stop, whichever need to stop, and you start right in the middle. How are you gonna find this middle? You get the whole desert, you know, with all these different biomes, 19 biomes we have here in Asia. What you're gonna do? You get a paper, fold in two, you know the center. Everyone in the entire planet, entire continent knows how to do that. All right? Okay, they have their own supporting city, the best as possible towards the equator. Okay? But a few here will be on a side, right? To make sense, the same we're doing here as well. These supporting cities need to have railroad tracks or airports, right? To be already helping each other, right? And with time, they are also going to be doing these railroad tracks that go all around, right? All around living areas. Okay? All right. So very good. So we have this. We stop here, so they also have the west for everything and the east, for everything, and they also have a number, right, according to how many, you know, they have on that row. But the rows, yeah, let's do this way, not slanted, all of them towards the equator. That's Asia desert, all right? That's Sahara, that's Asia pattern. Yeah, all of them gonna come towards supporting cities here, not sideways. They go this way. Those trains go all the way, all right, until needed, this way. Why? Because it's easier to have people where we will live, right, and close to the water, because they already have airports, and we're gonna make more train stations, right? You know, because it's all friendly, right? We're all friends with each country here in the future. All right, so that is the pattern for Asia. So these two, it's already decided. Now let's talk here. For the Somalia, I have to talk to you, and this desert here, right? South Africa. That's how we're gonna call, because it's easy to remember. Everyone knows what it is. Somalia, South Africa. So in a few words, this gonna start here, the most southern side, west, the west. But then gonna be the same. So let's do SA, South Africa, SA. On the top, oh yeah, it's okay. On the top, gonna say South Africa desert, just SA, point, dot, period. Okay, so that will be their code instead of Saha for Sahara or Asia, because just 4 letters, right? To be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, Australia desert, you see? Okay, North America, South America, instead of Atacama, right? Because then we keep a pattern is really clear for everyone according to the continent and not according to biomes. All right, very good. So this is clear. The main symbol gonna be South Africa. Can even be South Africa. Yes, like that. Okay, uppercase, lowercase, South Africa. 4 letters. okay? And then they're gonna have west, we don't have east. But here they have east, right? Here's the Somalia Desert, right? For the Somalia Desert, I believe the best is just to keep going, just to keep going. Because some places right here already have cities, and then they come this patch again. Some we're gonna take out, it's a point, we're gonna take that point. So they just keep going, all right? And maybe they're just gonna jump one or two here, where's, but not jump. Go past the green patch, but attend those cities, okay? They're gonna have the line every 5 kilometers. Good, right? All right, so let's say a few words about this. In front of each, the gates always open towards east, right? With the sunrise. The main door, it's like consider gate. They close until the bottom. They have straight floors. The door actually touch. They have a rubber to don't let any a reptile from the desert to get in that gate. So they have rubbers. It's like a big door, right? Open, close. And then they have here another inner room, with a smaller door. Why is that? To have an extra protection. People are going in, going out. They have to sign in, sign out with their badge. Food are coming in, they sign up. Visitors coming in, they sign up. Everything right there. It's a very small room covered, so before they open this large gate, they have an extra gate here, okay? A door, a door, okay? With a window, is a room, a regular room, maybe 2 windows this side, right? And maybe 2 windows this side, a lot of light, or just 2 if they need a little less light, right? Okay, just for this, sign in, sign out, cameras for us to make a break and people see properly. All right, every light switch of the whole entire planet need to have the name, the community, all this, the where they're located, their name or number. Desert's gonna be number, right? Because it's easier to keep track of numbers right now, because there's no sense to name them cities. We have enough cities in the planet, right? Okay, so they're gonna be all numbers. And this exact information gonna be written there. So it's 4 informations, okay? So I already told you about Sahara as Asia, and I already told you here about Somalia. You keep going. Here's a little patch of green, doesn't matter. We make the train pass straight on the patch, the green patch. Okay, not go around because a big green patch here somewhere, right? Okay, I just exaggerate for you to have an idea. All right, Madagascar not going to be here anymore, right? Done. Okay, so here, people from Madagascar can work close by. People here, all the cities, right? They can work here, doesn't matter. Here's the most needed, right? Okay, because they're used to the area. All right, so here we go this way, right? It's only this way, the same way. We have a line at the end. This is very different. Whichever the desert, we have a line and of course a sign, end of the lane. Tell which lane it is. They have a sign right there, the end of the railroad tracks. Then we have to figure out how we're gonna turn. If they have a little loop to turn the train, or if they have two, like subways, right? They have 2 different cabinets, driving cabinets, cabines. So we have to see what's the most sustainable, right? I believe we have just 2 cabins, and in the center gonna be open for people to jump in, jump out, little stairs getting closer, right? That they can put up when they're not in use. They're gonna go very slowly, so I believe they just go straight, come back straight, go straight, come back straight. They're just 2 wagons, so let's do that. Make 2 cabins, right? So here's the train have 2 wagons, and on the top is water, right? Okay, here's a little cabin here for the driver when going this way, and here's a little cabin here and going that way. Good? All right. So they always go till 11. 11, and then they make a break, let's say 11:10. 11:10, everyone will be going back. Make sense? They will never crash. They have time to go, time to come back. Everyone gonna have the same time for that entire lane, right? They have the same watch. Yeah, the other thing I didn't say, males gonna have a watch. All right, and the females gonna have their cell phones. Why? Because they don't have to bring their cell phone every day to work. They need to do twice a week, Friday for sure, and one more chosen day, on chosen day. All right, so because sometimes not easy to work with cell phones, right? We don't have pockets, we can't have belt bags, right? Okay, so that is really good. All males gonna have a watch, all females gonna have the cell phone, and they can keep them home, because the main thing is just for them to be on time, leave on time for lunch, come back on time, leave on time for the end of the day, right? Okay. All right, so I already told you these two. Let's keep going. I'm gonna show you the other ones. All right, see you soon. All right, let's combine the information with the map, satellite map. So here we are. So Sahara Desert, halfway, the other half I already explained, and Somalia. So if you go here, desert of Somalia, right? Somalia, okay. You can keep part of the Sahara, right? Because right there. So we just keep going with straight railroad tracks. Keep going, even that here gonna be a long one until the center, right? Here more or less the center. So we're gonna keep going. And here is the one you're gonna pass this green barrier to attend, because it's still a lot of desert here. We're not living by itself. Hundreds of kilometers here from Djamena. Let's see, let's get this. Let's see if Djamena is a good place. All right, you see there? They pass this green patch, they pass through, open up what's needed, and keep trimming if any grass grows, okay? So here it is. Until Djamena, we have one, another, quite a few to attend just this area here, right? No, I don't think we need any more. So the last one will be Djamena. Let's do that. The last one right here. Djamena, you see there? From north of Djibouti. Okay, so right this one is the last one. They pass here by Nyala, they're almost straight anyways. Here, see? So they pass right there, and that's how we're gonna do. All these cities gonna be combined. Alpha Sur, these small cities, as you open up, gonna come a few more, we're gonna use it, right? We might bend a little bit this way or that way, but we're gonna include that city, pass right by, okay? All right. To get something good in case they have, right? Okay, so this is the last one. Let's see here. Djamena, yes. This is the last one, you see? Okay, so this patch here gonna stay, is the last one is Nyala. Right here is the last lane. Why? Because they don't have to break much here, Nyala. They don't have to break much through the green patch they already have, right? Okay, but they still attending this area until Nyala is the last railroad tracks working, having people, villages on both sides of this railroad track. So that's the last one. Okay, now here we're gonna keep going. So, right? We're gonna keep going, but they're gonna be very small. Till here, stop, till here, stop, till here, stop. If they're within 40 kilometers from the beach, we're not doing anything, because people that gonna be living there, right, we're gonna take this point out this way like that. All this point gonna be gone. So we have to make it round, all right? Okay, and then we can still do it. Actually, let me see here. Maybe we don't need. No, we need a few. We need, right? Because we don't want to big patches. Because we're gonna live right here. It's not good to leave any patches. Yes, we have to keep going, always horizontally, not vertically. You see that here is more convenient to do vertically, but we're not doing that. We always do vertically from the chosen port or until the chosen airport, right? Whichever they already have, that's all right, okay? Because helicopters can also go quickly, you know, from one place to another, but they never go in straight to any village if it's not needed. They're gonna give the produce to their proper places. So we don't have people going here in the middle, come back. It's harder to control. We need them, everyone, to have the same exact pattern. They will always give the food, the plants, everything to their people in charge, because they're gonna be checking each other instead of them going straight. Oh, let's bring food here, food there, here, there, logs here, oh, airplane here. No. We're gonna follow a structure, always drop off here. They will share among them. You can drop off and they can share, because we're gonna have road. We already have roads. We're gonna have railroad tracks in the future all around. Okay, but we're not having anyone dropping things straight. Okay, we're gonna do this way. It's easier to have records and do everything properly, and then they share with the people of that line if it's really a lot, and then they can share with 2 lines. Okay, so we're going to have here very straight railroad tracks parallel to the equator. Parallel to the equator. We go here, okay? All right, so this is already done, okay? So for everything in the center of the continent, we already talked about, you know, before we leave mountains that are not positive, you know, we need to shape up a little bit. Any rocks that are not positive, not harmonious, we shape up a little bit, okay? So, and you know, those that are very tall, 8,000 meters. That's the highest. We're not going to have 8,000 something, you know. I think 8,000 we stop right there. 6. Let's stop at 6. I think it's reasonable, right? Just take the rest out. It's a lot, right? But it's kind of also sustainable, right? We don't need these huge mountains. Okay. So now let's talk about South Africa. I already gave you the code, right? South Africa code. Oh, sorry, here. South Africa code, you know, 2 uppercase, 2 lowercase, all right? And start counting from the bottom. The first one goes this way, so right there, okay? The first one is Cape Town. No, Cape Town is kind of okay here, after Cape Town. So you see this point here? You see this point right there? That's our first road. Why is that? You see here? It's perfect. Because the rest is already close to the water. They already have patches of green, right? Okay? All right, very good. So they will catch up easily, right? But we have to start the pattern. Let's see if it's a city here. Okay, so let's figure out which one we're gonna choose, right? Because all these are good cities. Let's diminish a little bit. Peter Noster, Redenburg, Langebaan. Let's diminish a little bit more so we can see, right? Okay, here it is, right? The desert. So, oh, sorry, I have to take this out. So, we're gonna start. You know where we're gonna start? We're gonna start, let me see, here's, oh, sorry. Here, this city here, see this city here, start with Y. It's kind of not needed. You see, have a long patch right here. So let's get the next one. Lanjaban, that's the one. Lanjaban. You see the dot of the city right there? That's where we start our road and have there. All of the cities gonna have or railroad tracks, stop, right? Or airport, okay? All right, so here it is. Connecting to each other and bringing things from outside. But of course they're gonna have, okay, so this is here. Lanjaban about here that we need. You see how much is already start the patch? Okay, so Lanjaban, wrote it down. That's our first city here. So we're good with that. For Somali, we just keep going until what? Shall we see an end here? Let's see an end. Nairobi. Okay, so the last one, it's a straight line. Burgabo. You see Burgabo here? Burgabo. You see there? All right. Burgabo it's almost with Nairobi. That's our last. No, we need more. You see here? We need more. So let's do, keep going. Nairobi to Borgado. Okay, that's a good one right there. It's clear. And then we see if we need four until the very last one, Arusha. Arusha is the very last one. Arusha to Watamu, more or less. Okay, so you already have a road here. You just do the railroad tracks close to this road, a little bit south of the road, because it seems easier instead of the north part that have more green. Okay, so Arusha, I go straight. Let's see if Mombasa, we have one too. Yeah, Mombasa. No, I don't believe we need. You see Mombasa here? It's very little, right? I think they will eventually catch up. Let's see. Mombasa is here. Shall we narrow down? Yeah, Mombasa don't need anymore compared to all these other deserts. So let's do that. Here's an update. Mombasa is the real last one, okay? All right, so we have to write all this so we don't forget. So the last for South Africa, what is it? Ready? Remember? All right, we're doing really great. At this knob here, actually will be the first, right? Lanjaban. So it is called, the cities on the west, Lanjaban. Okay, that's the last for the South Africa. Let's do the last for Somalia Desert. It is Mombasa, right? Shall we go there, make sure? Because everything we have to make sure again and again. All right, here it is, Mombasa, going straight that way. All right, last Somalia Desert, Mombasa. Is with two S, one S. Oops, sorry, Mombasa. Okay, very good. Let's keep going now. Okay, so here's the real Mombasa. Of course, everywhere we just make the best as possible. So they will follow this road, I guess, right? Instead of this one. All right? So let's already do that. We go a little northwest. Okay? And then they come down and be straight. Okay, so they go around, but I think Mombasa is still, let's check that. Let's close this. Mombasa, yeah, Mombasa is in the middle of the water there. Let me see what we do. Yeah, we have to see Arusha. We got Arusha. We follow the road. Arusha is easy. And then we need one here. Makinon Road, more or less. Yeah, we can get Makinon Road. I think that's the best because they already have, you know, a road, and then here Makinon. So it's not Mombasa anymore. It's Makinon, Mombasa, but they go deliver there, and then they make a straight one here. I think that's the very last. Okay, so here they have the road. We're gonna have a number, a desert number, and here we have it. And we're gonna put villages, of course, only where it's needed, right? And those biomes that are kind of starting but not really established, you know, we need people there. They have just a few bushes on the floor, they already have trees and things, right? This is another detail. But anyways, we're gonna do here Mombasa. From Mombasa, Makinon come a straight line. Okay, so Makinon comes a straight line. So here we have a station from trucks to trains. All right, very good. So here it is. So let me write it down. This improvement of Makinon CD, right? Okay. Okay. So, my friends, I forgot to tell you about this situation here in Africa. So, I told you last year about Amazon, right? It's too much water, too strong. And what happened along the decades, this part is opening more and more and more. Why? Because we have the tide going up and down, and we have this huge Amazon river coming here. So if you open up a bit more and more you're gonna see it's too much. It's a massive thing. It's put many trees down, you know, at certain times of the year because they have more water and the tides. Okay, so what we're going to do in some places, not really dam for electricity, but some barriers in a way, you know, to bring some rivers right there, you know, instead of have this massive thing going out. All right, but we know that the Amazon, nothing can stay there. No roads can stay there, not even for a decade. Why? Because those trees are huge, they're strong, it rains every day, it's warm the whole entire year, right? We're close to the equator, so it's impossible to keep a road or a dam for too long there. So what we're gonna do, we're going to make the barrier here, right here, all along. Remember I said every 10 meters or so, one beside the other, this huge concrete inner land wall. So you start doing where it's already land, all here, right? And then you make a bridge, you know, make a bridge and start drilling, you know, and slide those huge concrete walls to those posts, inner water. But you already made here the base, you know, in land first. So I believe right, every 10 meters, right? Every 10 meters we have one. We're gonna have a total of 4 walls, and they're very thick, thicker as possible, and they're gonna slide on these posts like they do at 95. They do these huge boards. We can do in the water, right? To stop blocking. All right, that's one thing, right? And then make everything around with proper river, right? Where we want the water to go, it's one way, right? One way going out and not so many. Okay, so the Amazon come here, here, right? Go here, here, right? Go up, right? And come from the mountains. All right. Okay, many rivers join in. Okay, all right. So here's the ocean. Okay, so it's more or less like this, right? Okay, so this is what we have to make strong. So we have those barriers here right at the corner, gonna be like that every 10 meters. You know, this very thick barrier, posts. But I forgot to say, the post is for the water. Yeah, for the water. So right here, you know, just to block a little bit this huge, massive movement, you know, okay? So the top, it's okay, but the very bottom is not. But here and all along, gonna be those 1 meter wide and 4 meters down, 4 or 10 meters down, okay, and 1 meter wide, okay. Just make the holes and put the cement right there. If it's sand, find your way, put cardboard, you know, whichever it is, because those concrete dry in a few days, that's fine. So here is easy. Here they're gonna combine here and do a bit more, maybe for 2 kilometers, okay, this way, inside the river, right? And here, maybe also this way, 2 kilometers, right? To give this, and here very, very thick barriers, okay, these two, very thick, so we will never have problems, very thick. You know, it's 1 meter wide and every 2 meters. A meter go, a meter stop. A meter go, a meter stop. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Every 1 meter. We have this huge cement like barriers, right? Inner land. And 1 meter, make a break. 1 meter, it's 1 meter. Every 1 meter, that's what we're gonna do. Okay? Alright, so they can make those barriers, put the cement there, like cardboard boxes or, you know, plywood, you know, because they're gonna decompose towards the dirt soil, right? Not towards the concrete, but towards the dirt soil with the decades. If it's fine, okay? So we know when you put the concrete, it's not bumpy here, you know, lumpy. It's straight, you know, all along it's a straight barrier, okay? And this way, keep going also. You see both sides, this is a strong river to be, and here by Belém as well, we need to improve the same exact way it's for the Belém, because that's not Amazon, that's another river there, but we need to fix, okay? All right. Now, what I want to tell you is this. You see here Manaus, this is a lot of water. My friends, go online, you're going to see some places, many places, you can see the other side of the other side of the river. All right, so far it is. It seems simple here, but it's not that simple, not that small, right? Okay, what we are going to do, everywhere is possible, we are going to make rivers for that water to, you know, get out, right? So, you know, everywhere, starting here from the mountains, everywhere that's possible, we're gonna already start, you know, make canals, deep canals for the water to go. The beginning of every of those canals, that's fine, can be in some concrete, right? Small, maybe 4 meters far, you know, but for the water to start draining in other locations. The other thing we're gonna do, for every land that needs, we're gonna pray for the land to be together. And here is one, instead of separating here, you see, because a lot, look at this, you know, it's a huge water here, you see. Instead of the land to separate in a few millenniums, let's say, right? We keep it together. You know, we remember, you know, in our prayers to do this prayer once a week, once a month, right? Once a month, because we have many other things to pray for, right? And here, the same exact way, because we already have this kind of this pattern going here, you see? Look, so instead you pray. Once a month is fine, right? Once a month. You know, so the person that will be doing the first meeting of the month anywhere will be, you know, the one, monthly meeting. You do a prayer for that. for the continents, right? And those are two good things. Here, it's another one. You see here this pattern? You see here? Look how many. We keep praying. So the land gonna finish right at this lake here, but that's one thing being resolved. But look, so we pray to keep it together. Instead of opening up all this, we keep it together with prayers, with prayers, all right? Let's see if we have any other situation, because once we're already talking about this, right here, I think. Here, this again, we have two huge things we're gonna fix with concrete barriers in the water and also in land. We have to make this huge concrete, very wide, even 2 meters if needed, okay? And one after another to block this from opening up, okay? This is easy. We're gonna take this point out, those islands. Let's see if we have any other. Yeah, take out's not a problem. And of course, everywhere that needs. Remember I told you that. So here, if it's better just to cover up this bay, right? Because it's quite a big bay here. We take this out and keep the rest. Everywhere, even that does not have this pattern here that I just showed in Brazil, right? What are we gonna do? If it's really strong, like rock, real rock, we leave it alone. Take the bad parts, right? The islands, and leave the rock. If any place is too sandy, we see that the sand is coming, right? Because of current, we make this huge barrier, all right? The only difference that here is like L-shape one side, L-shape the other side. To be sustained and straight here, that's for sure we're gonna do something there, all right? So I don't see any other very big one. Let's see here in Australia. Yeah, Australia, it's kind of reasonable, right? It's just a patch, but it's not really, like a, all right, so basically that, my friends. All right, so I just make a break to talk about these prayers once a month at the monthly meeting. Everyone gonna pray for all the continent, countries from all continent, to be in harmony and to be united, we stick that land together, because yes, we can do it, all right? And calm the inner land, the inner planet core, this. So we won't have volcanoes that are gonna start making islands again. So we just pray not to extinguish, because we need that heat, right? God and nature made a perfect plan. We need that, right? But to keep it calm, because we don't need islands, emerging again in Pacific, like we have Indian, these islands, and mostly they're here, right, in the Pacific, the volcanoes, most of them are right here. Okay, my friends, so here we are, and let's get ready. We see you soon. All right, so here we are. The first city, so Bamako, you just make it straight, right? But the first city to start counting, you see we have Zinquinchor here, and we have here Banjul. You see Banjul right there, Banjul, and here images of Zinquinchor, okay, Zinquinchor. All right, let's see images of Dakar. It's huge, right? And St. Louis. Okay, so you get here, if we look here, you see until N'Djamena, you see here, so we're gonna have Bamako, right? And then we need one here close to Niamey, that connects Niamey. And then after Niamey, gonna be, let's see which one. Shall we see their picture? Here, Banjul. Let's do Banjul or Zinquinchor. No, Zinc core is too much, don't need. It's just Bamako that way. You know, a few is just inner land, not the coast. All right? Okay, so the first real one, I think is here. Dakar, I guess, right? Here, let's do this way. Yeah, Dakar. Dakar is the first strong lane. Okay? All right. I think that is really reasonable. Okay, so it's very easy to count, really well to do it. Okay? All right, my friends. And from there, we just keep counting. And as the days pass, we're gonna start cleaning up those roads. So these railroad tracks can also help to put, you know, I don't know, whichever they pass by, you know, they can help to take things or put things out, okay? So we are doing everything really straight with proper numbers. We are not using those existing roads, all right? Very good. Here it is. So our first city will be Dakar. Our first city here will be Dakar all the way close to Mopti, you know, and keep going that way, all right? So here is Mopti, all right? So there it is, and N'Djamena. So shall we make sure? Look, Dakar, you see, it is here, you see? And Bamako to N'Djamena, all right? So more or less, that's our first line until the center of the whole thing. Very good. All right. We see you soon. Take care. Okay, my friends, you see this lake I'm showing you right here between Niger and Chad? All right, so it's one lake, keep looking. A second lake, and right here is N'Djamena. Okay, you see this little green spot here? N'Djamena is right here, gonna show you. Okay, so keep a look on these two lakes because the top lake, the northern lake, will be our point to divide the Sahara in half. So you get here Dakar, you see here? You get here Dakar, and in Senegal, you go all the way to this lake. Where's the lake? Here, between Niger and Chad. That is the line. Because before I said something else. But this is really easy to see. N'Djamena is really easy. You jump a lake, is the second lake on the north, okay? Because Dakar is a big city, we can make a train going straight, and then they also go straight to this side of Eritrea, because until there, you know, gonna stay. The part we're gonna take out, it's more towards here, this end of Somalia, but more or less until here, the land gonna stay. You see this dip here after Dibouji, so we won't have this dip. When you come to this dip to Dibouji, you see this entrance there, you come and you make a cut right here, like that, a little round, okay? So you make a cut right there, okay? Because we don't need that point. So we keep this entrance of Dibouji, southern of Dibouji, and then you come make it round right there, okay? So very good. So we'll be Dakar to Dibouji. N'Djamena, you see the lake right there in the center? Between Niger and Chad. That's decided then. Okay, it's the first real city on the east. That's the one. All right, very good. Easy to transport. Probably they have already port, airport, right? We can use them both and bring things. Okay, all right, and then they stop 5 miles before this line. They get this and make a cross right there. So we really know what we're doing. You know how to count, keep going. The only difference is here they keep going on the alphabet this way. All right, very good. We see you soon. Yeah, the update is we are inviting 194 official countries that are joining the United Nations. for the teachers conference. So we will have one official, not these new countries people buy a land and they call a country. No, we're not doing that. We're going to stay that number, okay, to make sure we told everyone they did this work, because it's going to be a documentary about this, their effort to do everything is needed and be the winners, right? We're going to show who is the winners of 8 billion people of the planet. Who are these 194 families, right? It's very, very special, okay? The countries that do not have a Waldorf school, other schools can apply, but they have to say, you know, and when we search online, they have to say that they search online and the entire country do not have a Waldorf school. Then it's okay. Others can apply. Teachers, what we're looking, elementary, middle, high school, not university. Because it's easy for us to see who really play, who really work, who really are leaders, you know, because many university teachers, you know, they don't even explain many classes. A lot's online nowadays. They come, they go, they don't play outside. It's just a different moment. And to be four, I think we can do preschools, right? I think we can do that. All right, let's do, no university. No university, because, and then we're gonna see, it's too much. Let's just keep preschool. Yes, my friend, the work we're gonna do, we need enthusiasm, we need leadership, we need to be simple, you know. And many universities have doctors, but they believe in pharmaceutical medication. You understand? It's other ideas. And it's much harder for us to see what they're doing if they go teach 1 or twice a week instead of those people that are there every single day. For sure they're patient. While the school, for sure they play outside and every other benefit. That's how we're gonna do. Preschool, elementary, middle school, high school. So preschool, kindergarten, the Waldorf kindergarten, right? 4 years old and above. For other countries as well, 4 years old and above. If they teach classes 4 years old and above until the end of high school, that's fine. All right, let's get going. Let's get ready. We see you soon. All right, my friends. So we're going to receive 194 families for the conference days. So we are going to keep 194 families for the 2-year course in person with the headquarters. Me, my new husband. All right? Oh, he's awesome. You're going to see. All right. I just didn't marry yet, but it's okay. So, and here we have to learn how to be patient, right? Let's get going then. In person with us, the headquarters, right? With us. All right, the organization, right? The organization headquarters. Why? To generate to the competition. Because if we choose the 84 in a few days, they're already going to be the new presidents of their country, so there's no competition there. And how are we going to substitute them afterwards if they're not doing good? So we are going to have 194 families, right? So maybe it's a lot of people, but maybe we are right there between 2 counties, for example, because they also need to work. They go to the city, they work, and they, you know, they have also class and work. So I think we can do something like that, right? And some of them gonna work here, some of them gonna work at those properties. We're gonna have everything. School, restaurant, you know, thrift store, everything we talk about. And here as well, school, restaurant, thrift store, and new stores, right? Everything else. Okay? So that's how we're gonna do it. And we see how the class is going to be, because really a lot of people. Maybe we have 2 teams because we also have some families. So gonna be about 200 families, right? Because we have a very few friends and family, so maybe 200, let's put 220. So I can bring about 10 families, right? 10 special friends. And my new husband can bring about 10 of his friends to have this class in person. Everyone else in the entire planet that is ready, they're going to be teachers of the teachers, right? Teachers. So they have to start this 2-year class. They can start with us. The only difference, they're going to have classes online, but the practical work and all the assignments and everything is exactly the same for everyone. We're gonna learn with doing these people in person, but the assignment's gonna be exactly the same. They have to do reports, take videos, see their work, and the entire content is gonna be exactly the same. All right, very good. So here we are with more updates. Right, my friends, the other place that we have to really make a barrier here, whichever is needed, because we are going to make a straight line, Buenos Aires to Santiago. This is the end of South America. So we already have this entrance, but we have to see why this entrance is so big. Is the soil soft? What's going on? Because we don't have any huge river coming here. So what's happened? Or currents come this way and hit that, why this is like that. So we're gonna make a barrier at the land, the stained land, whichever it is needed here, and everything down this part gonna get gone, because here is already cold. Because I went to these places in Brazil, south of Brazil, and I tell you, that is cold. Plants don't grow too much, right? Have quite a few months of cold. We don't want greenhouses. So here is the end. Okay, Santiago actually gonna be a little round, but gonna be right here, follow like this instead of follow the lakes. No, we're not following the lakes because we're gonna have another point. We don't want a point. We want a tiny point here, a tiny point here, and this make a little bit round. That's it. How are we gonna do this? Like every other place, we're gonna take out. First, we already dig on dirt, make those concrete barriers, 10 barriers, 20 for big things like that, 10 meters apart, maybe 10 or 20 barriers, huge. Okay, blocks, long blocks of concrete. How are we gonna make them? Pour the concrete, the soft, fresh concrete inside those holes. And how are we gonna keep the holes? I don't know, we're gonna dig with those machines, right? Exactly the hole. And where sandy, put cardboard or plywood, okay? If it's rocky, they keep digging, it's good if the soil is strong, right? And they keep moisture, but if it's sandy, places that's sandy, no problem. They put plywood on the bottom, plywood on the sides, and pour the concrete there, let it dry, and keep making more and more and more. Okay, so all this area gonna be gone. We don't need that. It will be even better because gonna go to the soil, the ground, those valleys located in oceans with the currents along the year. But we can't put any trash. Remember, no trash. Incinerator ashes need to go in land, away from any river. All right, goes in land. We have to bury them so they won't be carried out with wind. All right, so all these details are very important for we have a huge landfill here at the Atacama and other deserts. We have some with tires, we have some with clothes, we have some with cars, vehicles, it's amazing. We have a lot of trash in all continents. All right, but we are one, and united we can do it. So let's finish, make a round end right here. Okay, not skinny, slanted like that. Really straight and round, you see? Gonna look much better, you see? And won't be pointy like this. All right, so let's do it and cover and plant the best as possible around all these mountains, and top of very high mountains, we cut them off. All right, and those that are close to the coast also, because we're gonna live close by. People already know it's forbidden to climb them, but a little bit, we can make little path to the mountains with some porches, right? Docks, a stable firm, just a little bit, for them, people to have different things in different parks, right? They will be called park. But people already know it's forbidden to climb them, and no more than 80,000, anywhere in the whole entire 80,000 meters tall, anywhere in the entire planet. All right, I think that's really reasonable and gonna be a real gift. So here we are, that's the cut there, and how all this place, we're gonna have this concrete, a lot of iron boards and everything. They're gonna stay there for millenniums for sure, okay? And we're gonna make a very sturdy protection. All right, so let's go quickly for a quick review. So the first, not the last, the first South Africa Western, so will be West Langebaan to East London, okay? South Africa Desert. So here it is, remember? So we go for this point, remember that little ball there called Langebaan. You go straight, so right here more or less is that first city, and the first city, and then they keep going up. All right, okay, so it's that line, Langebaan to East London. Now let's go to the Somalia Desert. Okay, so the first city here on the bottom, it's by Mombasa. So people search Mombasa first, because when you see like that, you don't see these small cities, villages. And then you go Baba, Tito, and Kawali. All right, Baba, Tito to Kawali. All right, so here it is. So it's very easy. You go Mombasa, so you're in the right direction. Then you zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Here it is. Okay, so Kawali, here, Kawali. So you get close to Mombasa, is a big city, and you find Kawali. You make a straight line, Kawali. Here it is, Babati. Make a straight railroad track. Got it? All right. Kawali, close to Mombasa, and connecting Babati. Okay, Babati. Babati to Kawali. Done. Shall we review this one quick? West Sahara is Dakar until North Lake of Jamena. Remember I showed you? So if you zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, not too much. So Jamena is right here. You see these two lakes? Jamena is a little bit south of this second lake here. So our line go right on this north. Will be perfect and can cover both sides a lot of what we need. Because we're gonna make all these many straight lanes, because it's easy to see, easy to record, easy to make. And these little tiny trains go come back with solar panels. All right, very good. So what's the other one? So this is already decided. So now the cities for here, let's do it this very quick. The first city is Santiago, all right? Because we don't need anything below that. So the first city, on the west is Santiago. All right, Santiago, very good. Santiago de Chile is a capital, great, big, airport's already there. The only thing that it's a question here, look, we have many roads, right? So if we still, let's make the straight railroad tracks. I think that is the most reasonable. People go to noon and come back to their village. Go to in the afternoon and come back 6 o'clock. All right, let's keep that pattern exactly the same for Santiago as well. All right, my friends, what happened that Santiago got out of the place? Here it is. All right, Santiago de Chile. All right, and keep going, all the same pattern, right? And go around big ranges of mountain, okay? Because we're gonna live there, you know. So those close to the, away from this big city, we're gonna start already building, you know. And so we're gonna do an effort. We have a lot of work here because we have the desert, but also we have to start cleaning up those cities, right? If you see like this, cleaning up all the cities and roads and start a new pattern. All right, very good. So that it is. Now we just need to talk about United States and Australia, the limit. All right, that goes for the next video because this video is already full. We have about 3 hours. It's a lot. Let's get going. Let's get organized and ready, my friends. Will be a gift. Imagine we're gonna have a website. So please, volunteers, already make a website. Our Peace app, everything we're talking about, our Peace YouTube, our Peace, everything. Okay? All right? Because it's important for us to be organized and ready. Okay? Alright, so here it is, and we see you soon. Let's get ready for the last announcements of the day about deserts. See you soon.